This is the Bookshelf Challenge, where I challenge myself to read all the books on my bookshelf. All right, just got done reading another book off of my bookshelf. This was The Gadget. And it is a young adult novel, a period piece set at the Manhattan Project in Los Alamos, New Mexico in the 1940s, when they were developing the first atomic bombs. And this is not my first foray into fiction about the Manhattan Project. I watched the movie The Beginning or the End, which is also about the Manhattan Project. I read Harry Turtledove's Alternate History, where they have the same people from the Manhattan Project in that one, when it's World War II, where they're versus the aliens. And I watched the Oppenheimer movie. So I think I'm pretty familiar with the Manhattan Project to enjoy this. And like I said, it's a fictional account. You got this young kid. His father's one of the physicists working on the Manhattan Project. But the kid doesn't know that. He just goes there to the base to be with his father. And he knows his father's working on some top secret project. And the kid's trying to find out what it is. And he's really nosy and whatnot. And he befriends this other kid on the base. And it's all about the kid growing up on the Los Alamos base as the Manhattan Project is playing out. So, interesting enough book. Like I said, this is not my first time with the fiction on the Manhattan Project. In this, spoiler alert, they have a scientist who dies on account of it. And that was also the case in that book, that movie, The Beginning or the End. Another fictional character gets radiation poisoning and dies in that. And I remember hearing about the movie Little Boy and Fat Man, which is also an account of the Manhattan Project, where they have one of the people working on it die from radiation poisoning. And once again, that's a fictional character. But during the actual Manhattan Project, developing the atomic bombs that they used in Japan, no one died. Well, at least no one died from radiation poisoning like how they have in these fictional accounts. Later, when they were still making bombs, some people did get radiation poisoning. But it strikes me as odd that every time you have a fictional account of it, someone gets radiation poisoning. Some fictional character gets radiation poisoning and dies. Another gripe I have with this one that I have with just about anything about the Manhattan Project is they are so forgiving of the fucking scientist. The scientists make the worst weapon in human history, and then they're played off as being sympathetic. Oh, I didn't know they'd use it on the Japanese. Big stinky military using an atomic weapon. You assholes built it! That's always a gripe I have, whether it's, like I said, a fictional account of the Manhattan Project or it's a documentary about the actual thing, is they always play the scientists off as tragic heroes. It's like they fucking built a bomb. Two of them. They knew what they were doing. Jesus fucking Christ. Just because they wanted to vaporize the Krauts, but instead ended up vaporizing the Japanese, does not make them, decent people. Because, no, don't kill the Japanese. Anyway, like I said, that book has that. But aside from that, simple enough read. I think this we won. Kids could enjoy reading, and then they look up the actual history of the Manhattan Project or whatnot. So that's that. Let's get another book from the bookshelf. Choice. I can choose what I want. I think I will choose you.